And welcome to All for United WFC with me, Matt Crane. We're out on location as we mentioned on our Twitter. We found a little bit of shade, myself and Ben, out of the Manchester sun. We're outside, so all is well. And yeah, we are bringing you sort of a pre-match analysis of Tottenham. So obviously, Ben, we are here. Team news is out. Obviously, we've had a look, sort of, we had a discussion, didn't we, yesterday, me and you, about what we thought would happen. To be fair, we were not far off. I think, the only sort of change that we said we may see was obviously Jackie. So I've got the team news here. So we've got Mary Ups in goal. We've got Ona at left back, two Turners, Smith at right back, Zellerman Staniforth, Jess Sigsworth, Ella Toon, Kirsten Hansen and Kristen Press. So what are your thoughts then on that team, Ben?
I mean, you almost called it nearly absolutely spot on last night in our show, I think that's probably about as strongish as we could go, to be fair, I thought what you said yesterday made sense with maybe putting Maria into centre half and pushing Militern to the DM role, but obviously I think we knew kind of it's probably not going to happen that way. Still, it's a strong lineup, mate. We're going to go out there. We're going to go in give a good account of ourselves today. There's no reason why we can't pick up the 3 points of that. Glad Hansen's playing. I think we just need that. We missed that wing play a little bit, and I think hopefully people can, as we said last night's show, that she's just been bypassed a little bit. Especially when Leah Galton's not in the squad. But listen, I think hopefully we can, just learn to use her a little bit more. Just switch on a little bit, get the ball out wide. Mm-hmm. I think that's the one place that I think Tottenham are very vulnerable is out wide. I'm not seeing their team, but I think you said something about Neville might be back for them. Do you know what? I think she's not the best. I don't think. I know you said she's one of their better players, but I still think you can get at her. Get at her. But yeah, I think key today is Sigsworth. Yeah, we mentioned it on our show last night. I think get her back in the box to goals today. I think we'll be in for the 3 points, mate. I think we need to score first, though. Get a goal early, put them on the back foot. Because when we played them away from home, it was a little bit tricky, wasn't it? It wasn't. We didn't have it all our own way, so we could get the early goal, put them on the back foot straight away, mate. I think standards in good stead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Do you know what? I think yesterday I talked about Kristen Press on the wing. I'm looking at this, it does appear that we have she's one side, Hansen's the other. And like you said yesterday, we did say wing play was massively important. I think that's where they can be got at. I think, we do talk about Neville. She's only one fullback. They've still got another one that can be got at easily. Midfield, again, for me, is going to be key. I talked to you, didn't I, yesterday about Alana Kennedy and stopping her. I think, we've got a solid spine in the middle. We've got Staniforth in with Zellum. I think, we should have enough quality there to win that midfield battle. And again, just the wings. I'm excited to see sort of, how Press links with Jess and Hansen. I think it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, overall, I think, we like I said yesterday, we've got enough. We should, be winning that. We're at home as well, so we'll always back us. And hopefully, we can just, get the 3 points. And like you said, obviously Champions League isn't over till it's mathematically over. It's going to be difficult. Arsenal do have a game in hand as well, and we're level on points. But listen, it's football, isn't it? Stranger things could have happened and have happened. So we will see.
Game football, anything can happen in football.
Absolutely.
Just takes them to slip up once, even if they drop a couple of points, mate. We'll back in it. It's not over till it's mathematically over. And even then, as I said earlier on to everybody, I think even then, if we can go out, if we finish fourth, fair play. But I want to see us go out with a bit of a bang, Go out on a high, Get the last few victories in the league, get another victory in the cup, I think, it'll just roll on to next season. It'll stand us in good stead for next season. Gives you a little bit of momentum to build on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's spot on. I think in terms of like confidence and things, that could be massive. Like you say, if we can get, a win today, a win at Bristol, and then a win at home to Everton, I think after that, then we can, we can kick on, like you say, winning the cup as well and carry that into next season. Comment from Anthony here. Good afternoon. Pretty much a team he picked. Then he had Jack instead of Jess. Yeah, I'm going to come to that now. Then, so obviously, looking at the bench, Fran Bentley, Martha Harris, Maria Thoris-Dottir, Leah Galton is back, as we touched on yesterday. Jackie's in there, Jane Ross, Alessia's in there as well, again we touched on yesterday, and then Tara Bourne and Carrie Jones. Now, strong bench. Were you maybe surprised that Jackie is on the bench, given that, I mean, for me, we've talked about, she's been incredible this season, much improved on last year. Do you think then that was sort of maybe a shock, or do you think it's more tactical based on, like I talked about earlier, the midfield battle? So in terms of that physicality, maybe, it's not to say Jackie isn't physical, but maybe this game might be better for her to come on, say, in the final 30 minutes and use her sort of excellent pressing and her energy to sort of break them down. Do you think that's probably tactical from Casey, or do you think there could be more to it, such as an injury, what we don't know about?
It could be an injury that we don't know about. You know what the club are like. Sometimes we find out it's injury before the 90-minute whistle blow.
Yeah.
But I think it might be possibly tactical as well, because if Casey's looked at it and she's made a bit of time to build up to this game, so she's looked at it and gone, that midfield area, as you said, it's a must win, a must fight. It could get a bit tough in there. Maybe she's looked at it and said, maybe I need to bolster it with a few players that maybe like to get their foot in, especially with that Haley lad as well.
Big blow.
We need to try and maybe we're going to go as a double pivot or something in midfield, maybe, just to strengthen us up a little bit instead of having that one DM. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, mate, to be fair, but I hope that she just keep it. I hope Jackie's fit and well, and she's just keep her for a game-changing super sub appearance. Because and also let's not forget Jackie's also played a lot of football this season. If you throw in the international as well, maybe she's shown signs of a little bit of tiredness in the old legs there. So we've got to just trust in the manager. Casey, I trust, mate. Not everybody can play every game. Nobody's a robot. We all need a rest from time to time, and I think that's probably why Jackie's finds herself on the bench today. I don't think it's an injury, because I just think it's just tactical.
Hope it's not. Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you say, it is tactical, and you mentioned she's played a lot of football, and I agree. I think it's also good because Lucy Staniforth obviously has had a terrible time with injuries, and I think it's great that she can just come in and get a run of games now. I think it's one of them where she played well, she got injured, she came back. And it's sort of kicked on, hasn't she? Obviously, she got her first goal for the club against Burnley last weekend in the Cup, which will do a world of good. I think, again, just pleasing to see her in there, especially, we talked about the competition for places. And one thing that's, unfortunate is we have got this blow where Haley Ladd is out, and we maybe don't have a spare defensive midfielder. But I want to touch on Anthony's comment there. Is anything on Emily Ramsey? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because, again, we talked on it yesterday, didn't we, about, Emily coming back, and we said the reasons why she may come back. But obviously Fran Bentley's on the bench, so she's come back. And like I say, for me, it would be good to see her, especially in the Cup. I think that's something that we will possibly see, but who knows? So to answer your question, Anthony, nothing in terms of what we know. Obviously, I'd say, she's not on the bench, but it's one of them where, we may see her sort of next couple of games.
I do think, it's like a game time at West Ham, though. There's no point having someone on loan if they're not going to get the game time. She said you might as well bring her back in, give her some cup appearances. And do you know what I mean? You never know. You know what cases like, if a game's comfortable, we're leading comfortably, she might give her 5-10 minutes by swapping the keepers out. She's done that throughout her career, as manager. So you won't be surprised, just because at the end of the day, Emily's a decent keeper. It's all about giving her game minutes and that. And that's the whole reason why she went out on loan. But for some reason, West Ham, I don't know what it is, just didn't decide to really give her too many appearances.
Yeah, it is. It's one of them where, like you say, she kind of had the FA Cup and she played in it and she kept a clean sheet. Fair enough. But you did think, didn't you? I was surprised because she went down there and obviously they mustn't have a third keeper, so she went down there to sort of battle for that number one spot. But I think it was strange because for me, I'd rate her ahead of their first choice keeper who was injured. So to not get a chance is probably a little bit, like you say, kicking the teeth. And I think it was the right decision to bring her back. She can be involved in, like we talked about yesterday, a better training environment, a better squad. But yeah, I'm going to get on to score predictions. I know we touched on it yesterday. And we obviously went for the win. But this time I'm going to sort of approach it from like a key player perspective. So who do you think today is going to be doing the damage now we've seen the team news? Because obviously we sort of questioned yesterday, didn't we, Was LJ back? Did we know? She isn't. So it's kind of looking now. Where do you think, obviously apart from midfield, who do you think is going to stand out today and really sort of take the game to Spurs?
Jess Sigsworth.
Yeah,
I think it's a big game for Jess Sigsworth. You know, unless he's back now as well, it's a big chance for her now. Just to keep herself in the front of Casey's mind in a way. You know, try and get a couple of goals today. Try and keep in front of Casey's mind. Say to Casey, look, I'm your number 9. You know, come and trust in me. Mm-hmm. And then it's a big day for Jess Sigsworth. And I'd love nothing more than to see her score a couple of goals today.
Yep.
And as for my prediction, we'll go 3-0. So I think it went 3-0 yesterday in that show.
Anthony says there 2-0 in the comments. I'm going to agree. Like I said, I still haven't, and I know I said I'd do it last night, and then I got busy with planning today. I did say I'd watch back and see what I said, but I'm just going to have to go 2-0. I probably said 3 now, and John Shaw on Monday, knowing my luck. But listen, we'll go with 2-0. I think a clean sheet, do some wonders. But yeah, I think it's going to be, like we say, it's one of them. We've not too much really, technically speaking, to play for. We sort of haven't, but we'll see what we get. Just before we sort of wrap this up, I'm going to touch on what we've got coming up. So obviously we are back at half time. Hopefully different guests, John and Natalie, I think are going to jump on that as well. So that'll be brilliant. Tomorrow as well, we've got our post-match reaction. So we've got that as usual, where we'll be discussing today's results because we're all going to watch this together. In our wisdom, we've all decided to go to the pub. We're going to sit around a few screens and laptops and watch this. So it's good to be outside. And then, sort of as normal, really, Tuesday, we're going to talk about, I don't know if anybody, most people will have seen it yesterday. There's a social media blackout from Friday the 30th until midnight on Monday the 3rd of May. So there's clubs and players in response to all the abuse and the racism. We're going to be covering that on Tuesday. So that's a big topic, but an interesting topic, and I think an important topic, one that, we've all sort of talked about, haven't we, Ben, about, something needs to be done. And I know our players, a couple of them this season, have stayed off social media, haven't they, for a month or two, because of the abuse received. So Tuesday, like I say, there'll be myself, John, Gareth and Anthony discussing that topic. And like I say, it's just important to raise awareness, so that'll be Tuesday. And then John's show is Friday with Natalie and guests. And busy week as always. So,
by the way, if Anthony's watching this, I don't know if the people called you out because I'm not really looking for social today, but we're on next week's show.
Anthony.
We're on Mind and Match show next Saturday, mate, so make sure you're available.
We will. We'll message you, Anthony, in terms of next Saturday because the viewers have been asking for you. So we'll get you on our Saturday show if you're free and you're up for it. But as always, just keep an eye out tonight. This evening, our updated schedule will go up. And as I mentioned yesterday, our weekly roundup as well. So any shows that you've missed, we'll put them on. Easier for you to find. And like I say, just enjoy the game. Come and join us at half time. And we'll be back, like I say, with sort of a half time analysis of that first half against Tottenham. So that's it from us. Like I say, the sun's out, which is rare for Manchester. We'll still be on location this afternoon because, like I say, we're hitting the pub. We've been let loose. But like I say, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the comments, and we will see you at half time. Cheers, guys, and thank you also to Ben as well.
Cheers, boys and girls.